I think we're set to go. Let me try it. Let me call the Town of Washington CPA regular November meeting to order. Tonight's agenda that was published, there were 3 items. There was the Blakely Lynch on 134 for a solid ground mounted setback variance that was here last week. So this is a continuation of that hearing. We had asked for some neighbors' input, some additional photos to be taken, and a possible revised screening plan. For what?
We never do it.
You never do that?
No. That's
You can do it if you want.
No, I'm getting old. I forget which board does what.
okay. The second one is a new one from Heather Cronin and Catherine McKay Croner on 324-346 Fowler Road for front yard area setback. And the third one that was advertised was the continuation of the yard guard swimming pool application. That application, unfortunately, we will not hear tonight. There's some things that have to be resolved by the town building inspector before we can then proceed on that. So we will only be reviewing the 2 previous ones that I mentioned. Before we get to the Blakely one, we have minutes from last month to approve.
I don't have any changes or modifications.
Anybody?
No.
Okay.
I would move to accept the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Tate. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Okay, we have somebody here from Blakely. No?
That's interesting.
Okay, Doug, you want to come up and join us? We'll do yours.
Doug Larson, the architect is Jacob Burton. All right. So this is for a house on Fowler Road between Hardon and Canyon Hill Road. You may all be sort of aware of where this is. Start with the photographs. Maybe that's what that's. This is an old Dutchess County farmhouse. Beautiful piece of property. And the owner purchased this a long time ago. And she would like to stay here and age in place. She's improved it over the years. It's a beautiful piece of property. The gardens are really wonderful. And the first floor is has been restored.
That's the front of the house, correct?
Here's this is the view from
The road.
from Fowler Road, right? Exactly. And this is another view. The Fowler Road is right here. So she would like to add right here a bedroom, bathroom, dressing room. So it would come closer to the road on this side of the house. You can see that it would be right here. This side of the house. This is actually the oldest part of the house right here. This is the kitchen. And this was added later, and then she added this. So the kitchen, dining room, living room. So you can't really put a bedroom on this side of the house. This makes the most sense.
And all those additions were previous to the zoning order, correct?
These 2 certainly. This was done. She did this when she bought the house. I don't know how long she's owned it, about 30, 40 years.
Okay.
We don't know if it's before or after 71, right?
The Croners have been in town here since the 60s.
When I looked at the Dutchess County thing, it kind of indicated everything that was done years ago
Before 71, before zoning.
before zoning,
All right.
So
except for the front porch.
Right. So
It
historic,
is only a small piece, right?
which is this, yes,
Yeah.
it's just a small bump out
Yeah.
with the covered front porch. Because
Mhm.
historically, the opposite side was the front.
On the back, what's now the back was
What
the
is
front.
that? Yeah, so it's
Interesting. Okay.
It's just the the approach historically was so close to that side,
Mhm.
that it was not as nice of an entry.
Okay.
And we have this is the latest survey we had that she gave us. You can see that that's the addition that she had put on. So it's on this survey, which is what's the date of the survey? 1984. This is this red rectangle is where we'd like to put the bedroom.
Mhm.
So the plans of the house. So Jacob was saying, here's the bump out to the porch that was added.
Yeah,
This is the porch that faces
the back of the house.
way down a hill. So she enters now here through a mudroom, kitchen, dining room, main hallway with a staircase upstairs and the living room. And this really wonderful views this way. So it makes the most sense to add on here so that she can have a master suite off the living room.
She's gonna need a golf cart deal on there.
No way you can put it on the other end of the house there.
Not without walking through the bedroom to get to the kitchen. So it also kind of balances the house, makes the house symmetrical. And here's what the house looks like now. Here's the entry. kitchen,
Not everybody on.
So we're proposing to add on this side.
Mhm.
This is the side facing the pond. The porch, this is what Jacob was saying, was the usual.
Yeah, how far away from the pond and the wetland, so she buffer.
It's gotta be 100+ feet.
I'm,
Yeah, I'm saying it, I think it is though.
yeah.
From what I look, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha, I apologize.
We're at about 198
Yeah.
feet.
Okay.
I apologize.
Sorry. No problem.
This is on an hill slope, so this area is affected by hydraulics.
Okay, good. The big bluff down to the pond.
Upgrading.
When she bought the property, the parcel across the street was actually for sale with the parcel, the property, and they split it off.
Yeah.
But then she actually bought it
Mhm.
recently, not recently, but subsequently.
Uh,
So it was one parcel, there's a barn. There's two
Yeah.
barns right there.
let me inject something that, at this point, for this to get approved, it has to go before us. Has to have a special permit, and then it has to go to the planning board for site plan approval. For a site plan, you're probably gonna need to show where the lake is or the distance and what the buffer area is. You're also gonna need to show something about the septic and the well. Okay,
Yeah, we're expecting all of that. This was the first step. When a client comes to me and wants to do something that's not as of right, I always tell them we're not gonna invest a lot until we have a sense of whether it's plausible.
okay, where's the well right now?
I'm not sure where the well is, but Jacob may know.
It's somewhere on the west end of the house, and the current septic system is in this area. We think that we have enough clearance from the existing septic, but it's in this general area.
What kind of septic system do you have?
We don't know. She has the records of it. We'll ask her for the records. But
There
we-
was, I think there was a repair made, but it's, an older system that had a repair.
Isn't that gonna, since they're adding a bedroom, isn't that gonna?
You might, how many bedrooms are gonna end up with this addition?
She's on record for 4. Currently, she has 2. Because she turned a bedroom into a dressing room.
You may have to go to Board of Health for the septic. You may have to upgrade the septic with Board of Health. I think anything over a 3-bedroom, right?
Well, anything, if it's a 3-bedroom, you need 750. If you need 4, you need 1,000-gallon
Tank.
tank. If you go 5, you need another 250 each time.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they're probably gonna need Board of Health.
Yeah, I checked with the building inspector. There's less bedrooms even in the proposed plan than there are on the current records, but we're happy to do whatever the board requires that we do.
Well, the parcel access claims 3 bedrooms. And then this is adding the 4th, so I don't know how that gets tallied out of this whole thing.
Yeah, second floor plan, she has There's a bedroom over the kitchen. This room is all closets. This is her bedroom, and these are bathrooms. So there's only 2 bedrooms for students right now.
You're adding 1 or 2.
One.
You're adding 1 bedroom.
So we'll bring the house to a 3 bedroom.
Is that something more of a planning board issue as opposed to us, John, or do you think we need to get more information on?
I think we need more information because if they go to the Board of Health and then they've got to, it's interfering with the addition if it's right there, then whatever we say isn't going to work out for them.
True.
You following me?
They'll veto us.
They'll veto us.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're happy to do whatever the board requires. We just, we know this is the first step. So.
Yeah.
So we're here starting the process.
I don't think I'm personally not opposed to it. I just, don't want to do something and then find that, it's not going to work out for you.
Just speaking for myself, I have to agree with John. I think the more information you can get together now for us to review, I think is better off in the long run.
Yeah.
Okay, should we, you want to make a list of that?
Yeah, we probably want to know
Writing?
the exact locations of the well and the septic, and if we can find out what type of septic tank and systems in there, it would be helpful. Board of Health may even have something on record what it is.
Especially if she had some work done, I'll say recently or fairly recently, probably the last 20 years.
So the septic and the well,
Yep.
per the records.
Yep.
Or do we need to dig it up and have it surveyed?
Uh,
I think if you can plot it on the plan with reasonable certainty, I think that would be good enough
Yep.
for us.
And the well should be easy to locate.
mhm.
Should be
Yep.
sticking up.
You mentioned the setback from the pond.
Yeah. That usually comes up in a planning board anyhow.
Mhm.
So one of the things in the letter from AKRF was an updated survey. Is that something we should commission?
Well, you may have to do that just to plot all those things on
Yeah,
the map.
I would think so. Unfortunately.
Frequently, we'll go out with a tape measure and measure it ourselves.
Looking at the setback numbers, the other thing that was confusing to me, when I didn't look at what you have on what you provided here. You're saying the distances appear to be from the edge of the blacktop of the road.
I
They
think that
need
has
to
to
be
be-
from the property line, not from the road.
I think the definition is from the road in the zoning code.
No, from property line is where we do the setback from.
Yeah.
In the text of the definition.
My understanding is from the agenda.
That's the first thing we do is look at the zoning code and go straight to the definitions. So,
I thought we always did it from property line.
That's what we've always done.
well, it's easy to look up. So,
It's not really in my mind an issue, it's just getting the right numbers that you
yeah, sometimes it's from the center of the road, sometimes it's from the property line. You know, and that's always the first thing we do.
Yeah.
So,
An old file map 85. Okay.
Okay. The other question that AK raised was the square footage that you're adding. When I looked at your numbers, there was a number of 700.
786 and a quarter feet.
786, I think is
is the allowable.
the
The
allowable.
expansion up to that.
Yes,
But there was a comment in there about What? Right.
One place it said 737, the other
Yeah.
512 plus 126.
Right.
Deck, which adds up to 638.
So there was an error on the application page, pertaining to that number, the higher number. The EAF was correct, but, the actual increase of coverage is 603 square feet because we have a proposed addition of 638, but that's over 35 feet of current building coverage. So we would have 603 square
So
feet.
he's saying there's a net
Coverage.
delta because we're subtracting the
The-
door.
The door, okay.
So
So,
it's a lesser number.
If you
So-
consider a Vilco door coverage.
since you're under the 25%, I don't think it's. But how much were you doing for the you're doing 35 feet, 35 square feet for the built up door?
35 square feet. That's
Yeah,
correct.
okay. Okay, I guess clears it up in my mind.
I come up with 603 also.
Excuse me. I think so it's 603 feet increase in coverage, but what's the total increase of square foot gross?
603, I think you're saying. Yes, the gross addition would be 638, but they're also removing 35 square feet.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, if you consider the Vilco coverage,
Okay.
it's a basement and it's not habitable
Yeah,
space.
Yeah. No. It's
So
okay.
that's
Well-
where when we talked to James, that's where he advised us
Yeah.
to take.
Yeah, okay.
Well, if that's the case, they may not need the special permit because they're under the 25%.
They still need the special permit for any increase of a non-conforming building. But if they're
Okay.
under 25%, then they don't need to get a variance. In addition, they don't need to get a variance for the increased size. They still need a special
Okay.
permit where it's under 25%.
They only need the setback variance, correct, Alicia?
Correct.
Yes, so. Okay.
See if there's anything else in the letter here that, it asked for an agricultural data statement, which wasn't on the CBA checklist, which was on the planning board checklist, so. We didn't fill it out because we didn't think we needed it at this stage, but
Mhm.
we can certainly proceed if you think this is a viable application.
But it is currently being farmed for hay through a rent agreement. The Montebello Farms.
Well, just to comply with what the planning board needs, probably need to fill it out. The other question that Alicia and Aaron brought up was the location of other land owned by the applicants.
So this is the land that's owned by Heather Kroner, or she has a controlling interest.
Technically, I think we only need any other property that are owned jointly by the two.
Under the exact ownership?
Exact same ownership.
Okay, well, that would be, I believe these two and just this property. The other ones are under Sharpstone.
Yeah, that should just be added to the form, that's all.
So it's probably best to convey that information with a aerial photo like this.
That works,
So we should omit the ones owned by Sharpstone. Just
because they're not in the same exact name.
okay.
I mean, the other two, I think are owned by, at least one of them, but, not with the same ownership name, so.
Right, yes, I think that's just these two in addition.
Okay, anything else? Thinking of Al, or anything?
No, I think we hit all the comments that I thought of.
You're asking to show the area of disturbance. By that, you must mean what the overdig when we dig a foundation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right, so we can dot that on.
yeah, that would just go on the EF. Planning board covers erosion and sediment control.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. He doesn't have anything here under that.
Yeah, usually that's prepared by an engineer and
You're gonna need the contour, you're gonna need erosion control and sediment on the map. And you're gonna have, that's gonna be any hydric soils that you have on the map, too, for the planning board.
well, we're happy to do all of that. I just don't, I normally don't do it on the first application.
Okay. As long as you-
This is for the ZBA
That's
too.
what- I'll slow you down otherwise.
All right.
Okay, I guess that's.
Yeah, I think if you can beat that up and give us some more information, and come back next time, we should be able to proceed.
So could you tell me, I haven't been before these boards before. What should I prepare the client for? How many visits? That if we get back to you,
Typically, if you had everything right now, we could have done the whole thing tonight. Okay, and then you could have gone to the planning board, at the next meeting.
I think if you have all your ducks in a row for next meeting,
because we.
assuming everybody votes in favor, you're good to go that night.
Yep. And
And
then
the
you just
surveyors
go,
are backed up 6 months. That's the problem.
Who's backed up 6 months?
Surveyors.
Oh,
Wow.
So, maybe we'll do the best we can.
If-
And
if you can put something on there with a reasonable degree of certainty, I think at least I would be comfortable with it. But I think the septic issue is probably more important than anything else.
yeah, we can find it. We just didn't put it on because
And
we thought the issue.
the size of the septic that's there.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll do the best we can. We'll come back next month. And then, you have to have a separate public hearing after that?
We'll do
We
it
would-
tonight.
We can do it the same night. The planning board typically has to reschedule sometimes one ahead of time, but usually for just site plan, I think they can approve everything in one.
So once you refer to the planning board, we go to one meeting, then they call a public hearing.
They
So
go to,
3 more meetings.
They're a little more drawn out than we are.
They are, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I should prepare for at least 3 more meetings.
You want to declare the action tonight?
Yeah, we can.
oh, we haven't got a public hearing, so,
Okay.
We didn't open it.
and we never opened a public hearing, Kyle, so.
Well,
We did.
We could probably just,
For a public hearing.
declare that it's type 2 under seeker.
Yeah, we can do that.
But I do just want to note, we did. put
Pardon me?
notice-
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We did put notice for the public hearing.
So we've already mailed all the neighbors for
Yeah,
tonight.
that's
so-
That's fine. And we'll carry over till next time.
Don't
So we
carry
don't need
over.
to do it again.
You don't have to do it again.
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
But before you go, I would just make a motion that we declare this application a type 2 under seeker.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing nothing, was carried unanimously.
Mhm.
Need a motion to continue this to next month.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Tate, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
See you soon.
See you next month, hopefully.
Thanks for considering.
Thank you.
Okay.
Doesn't look like anybody showed up for the other application.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten it done.
I have to make a motion to carry that one over to next month.
Who else is on the? What's Nancy L and Peter on there for?
They might just be neighbors.
Could be. It's not our applicant, because we're looking for a Heather and a Timothy.
Was the public hearing open on this guy?
No.
Last month.
Yeah.
Oh, on Blakely, yes, last month. Okay, without seeing then I'll make a motion to continue the Blakely till next month.
I would second that motion, John.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion by Frank, motion by Chair, second by Frank, all in favor.
Aye.
Continue the Blakely next month. Kyle, you got any other input for us? Okay.
Sorry, who is that?
I made the motion.
Okay,
I think I seconded it.
okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I second it.
Motion by
I'll
Chair,
turn it.
second by Alex, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously.
Who were that?
That was the Cromer's
Heather Croner application,
I know, but who were they?
the architect,
Architect.
the architect.
Like what firm, you know?
Yeah, he's out of New York City. It's in the application.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get,
Yeah,
it's fine,
the New York City address.
it's fine. Thanks. Have a quick attorney-client?
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you, Alicia.
Good night, guys.
Well, we gotta turn this off though to have the.